Twice if you can hear my voice. How did we do? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay, overall, it looks like we actually did pretty well. So that's fabulous. Let's go ahead. Why can't I see? Where are my glasses? Did I do the whole lecture without my glasses?
Yeah.
I think I did. All right, well, I'll just keep that going then. Because I don't feel like grabbing them. Okay, so let's go ahead and write up for delete user. Let's go ahead and bang that route out real fast. So first thing we need to do is what? Got to create a function. So let's say const delete user. It's going to take in request, response, and next. Oops. Right? We're going to say it's a fat arrow. We're going to do a try catch. It should be an async function. Good catch. Async. Let's just call next with the error in the event that there's an error. Okay, and then in the try, what do we want to do? Do we want information back? Do we not want information back?
No.
Yeah, right? It's up to us, right? I'm going to say that if I'm deleting a user, I don't really ever want to see that user again.
Maybe you'd want to see it to make sure that you deleted the right user.
So I've never. So what if you didn't know? It would already be gone. It'd be better for when the person clicks. It would say like, "Are you sure you want to delete this user?" This is when we're actually deleting it, right?
Oh.
So don't mix up. Like I think you might be mixing the front end feel a little bit, which is like, "Are you sure?" It doesn't usually delete it and then say, "Are you sure this was the right one?" It's usually more like, "Should I go ahead?" Okay, it's gone. But I like that you're thinking about the user experience already. That's pretty cool. So we'll say db.none, and then the route is what? Delete, right? Okay, hang on. Delete from users where ID. All right, equals $1, and I'm going to get that from my request.grams.id. I could put it in an array, but since it's just one argument, I can also not put it in an array. I'm going to not because the other examples I did. So this way, when you look at the notes, you'll see multiple ways of doing that. Okay, and then we should await that. And then if that all works, let's go ahead and set res that status. We'll say 200, and we'll do that JSON. And let's go ahead and say JSON. How many different ways can I misspell it? What do we think? Status, we'll say success. We'll say message. And I'll say user was deleted, demolished, dark. I PG promised that it would be easy. Okay, that's our delete user. Let's go ahead and export it. So we have to delete our user, save it, and then let's go to our user routes where we have to import it. Say delete user. Thank you. And then let's go ahead and make that route. So we'll say users.delete. We know we're going to need an ID. And we'll say delete user. And let's go yabba dabba do it. Okay, so we've got let's first just see what all of our users look like so we can see who to actually delete, because I think I might have made a couple mistakes earlier. Let's get rid of Sam. Sam is ID 8. So let's just say /8, and we'll make a delete request. Send it. and we get back test user was deleted. Let's prove it to ourselves by getting all of our users. And Sam is gone. Cool, so it worked, right? So now we've got this way to update. Well, we didn't do an update, but we could have. But we have a way to create a user, delete a user, get all users. Let's go ahead and do the pets, yeah? So if I'm starting to do pets, what do I need to start thinking about? Yeah. Folders, right? Time to start thinking about folders. So we'll go over to routes. Let's create a new folder. We'll call it pets. And inside of pets, let's create a file called pets.js. This is going to be our new express router, right? So I'm going to say const pets. I'm going to require express. I'm going to say dot router. I'm going to invoke it. I'm going to export it. Onto the exports pets. Do we remember the routes we needed to do? What was the first route? Get pets is the first route? Okay, so let's go ahead and get our pets. So if we're in this router, I'm going to say pets.get, and I'm going to assume that the pets already exist in the slash, and I'm going to say get pets. And it's going to, of course, throw an error because we don't have a function called get pets anywhere. But it should throw an error. Oh, well, nothing's connected to it yet, so it's okay. So I'm going to end up getting our pets from our, well, we'll go ahead and make a query. Let's create a new file in here and call it pets.js.
No,
Beautiful. I will rename this to be pets. Huzzah. Now I know also, I'm sure some of us are feeling this, right? If you've noticed, there's a lot more files and folders to keep track of. This is going to be a slight mindset adjustment. Okay, this is normal. It's actually, we're nowhere near the number of files we'll be making by the time we get to full stack. This is just the start of a couple things in the back end. Right? If we had a few more tables and routes, we would have a lot more, and then the front end will be like a lot more different components and front end routes. So get used to it, right? Ease into it. Try to get used to the back end as much as possible, because the front end will be more. Sorry, it's just Facebook wasn't made in one file, right? Okay, so now we're in our queries for pets. I'll use the queries for users as, so we have to require stuff, right? So let's go ahead and get our DB. Const DB. Require, and that's hanging out somewhere in our index.js. This is in our DB / index. I think I can just write .index. Okay. Foregoing the JS. Let's go ahead and write our function. So we wrote get pets. Get pets. Takes in which arguments? Request. Yeah, see how easy that feels now, though? Remember middleware, and you're like, how am I going to remember this? Request.response.next. Okay, I am going to put async. Henry's like accuses me. It's like you said it the same way my wife says things to me. Like, oh, you're not going to get me a snack. It's like, yeah, you know I'm going to get you a snack. You know I'm going to add async. Okay. Shots fired. It's trying. You know, it's like such. Oh, you're not going to do that for me? Yesterday she clogged the toilet, and she needed my help, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. Just like I'm on the phone right now, so just leave it. And it's like, oh, you're not going to unclog it for me? No, I'm like, I will. I just not while I'm on the phone. All right, great. Yeah. All right. We're gonna try catch. We're gonna try catch it. Okay. We're gonna say next. We're gonna throw in the air. Okay. Let's get our pets. So I'm gonna call this pets. I'm gonna say db dot any because I don't know how many pets are in the database. Let's write some SQL. Select star from pets. I think that's it, right? And then we should await this. You're not going to await this? I am going to await this. You should have said it. It's good. I shouldn't. I saw it. I was waiting for it. I set you up. Volley. Okay. Let's do it. So we'll say res.status 200. We'll give it a .json. JSON. That's misspelled it. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and pass in the object pets. And let's say success. Well, I'll just make that a status of success. And let's go ahead. Like this is whatever. This is like up to you, right? It doesn't have to be like this. All pets. Just like trying to make it look like there's more information coming back. Right. Keep in mind these are the keys, right, that you'll be getting on the front end and things like that. So when you end up doing your Axios and you get your response.data, it will be this object with the pets key, the status key, the message key. Doug.
Is it like in the back end? Is this quicker than like doing getting information from the API?
Well, is it quicker than getting information from an API? It just depends on that API, because when we hit an API, that's just us hitting a different server to go hit their database. This is just our server to hit our database. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's quicker. It's just ours. It's a good question. Okay, and let's go ahead and export this. Module.exports. And I'm going to say, what do we call this? Get pets. Oh man, I'm thinking something else. Okay. There's one thing we haven't done yet. What is it? Hang on, someone raise their hand and tell me. Crystal, what is it? I got to go to my app.js. Okay. And add the pets router. I like it. Const pets router equals required. Right, so this is going to be somewhat repetitive. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it without the JS for now because it's starting to get cleaner. Something crashed. What crashed? Get pets is not defined. Oh, I haven't imported it yet on the other one. That's fine. Let's go ahead and say app.use. App.use, and I'm going to say /pets. And I'm going to use pets router. Now it says get pets is not defined. I'm using get pets in our pets route here where I haven't imported that yet. So I'm going to say const object destructure my get pets from. In the future, we'll be writing from in the front end at least. This is how do I get there? Dot dot slash dot dot slash queries slash pets. Okay. Cool. And we're running. And dun, 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 right, we're off. So let's go check this out. We'll go to get. We'll go look at pets.
Spell that.
Misspell. I actually spelled it how I originally spelled that file, right? Must have a big hand or fat fingers. And we get all of our pets, right? We get this object, the key pets, pointing to an array of pets. We also have our status success and our message, all pets. Cool. So I don't think I need to go over all of them. Let me know if I'm wrong with that. If you need me to, I will. Maybe not today because we are running out of time. But there is one more thing I wanted us to pay attention to, which I forget which file I made the directions. Do you guys remember which file I made the directions? This one. So we created delete user, we created routes for pets, get all pets. We got rid of this one. Okay, so the new pet, it's going to be the same as the other one. I want to do the get all pets for one user. So this route, we're hoping is going to be a slash from users, slash ID, slash pets. Right? We could, remember, express, super unopinionated. Right? Again, we could just do slash pets, slash users, slash ID or something. But I personally prefer this order of things where it says users, ID, so it narrows down and then tells me what I want from that user. To me, that makes more sense in the way I read things left to right. So let's go ahead and do that. That's a nested route, right? So when I'm nesting routes, what's the first thing I need to start with? Okay, yeah, inside of routes, inside of users, I need to create a pets folder. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to create my folder first. And I'm going to call this pets. And inside of my pets, I'm going to create a file called pets.id. Not ID, not ID. .js. So, okay. So from here, what's the first thing that I need to do? Marvin? Sorry? This is gonna be the routes. Not yet. The requiring the database is gonna be for queries. Yeah, right. We're gonna require that express router. So I'm gonna call this users pets, let's say, and I'm going to require. I'm going to require express. Going to invoke our router. And anything that I might do differently here? Do we remember? What is it? An object, but with something else, right? What goes in there? Do we remember? Nested routes? Merge. Params? Right? True. Merge params is going to allow us to see this ID even though we're at this part of the route. Because we are in a nested route right now. Before we get too far, let's go ahead and export it. Module.exports, and we will say users pets. Let's go ahead and create a route, right? So we'll say users pets dot get, and on slash pets. All right. Oh no, just slash. I'm sorry. Just slash. We want to, and for now, I'm just going to create a little mini function. This is res.json, all pets for a user. Okay? Just so I can see that this will work. In order for me to access this, I have to add this router to our users router. So inside of our users route, I need to require const users pets, and this will be coming from. I'll call this a users pets router. Let's be really specific. And this is from ./pets/pets. And so this is a small review on the nested routes. All right. Correct. And I didn't want to put it in my user routes because I'm giving back a pet objects. Yeah, Kevin. I don't actually need that. So you actually don't need the .js. We've been doing it for clarity, but at this point it's time to move on. It can compile and see that that's the name of the structure, the file, and it can fill that in automatically. It's a great question. Okay, so let's also just go ahead and use that for anything. So right now we would already be on users. So we'll say users.use, and we'll say at ID/pets, we want to go to our users pets router. Excuse me. What's the next thing I should do? Test it. Thank you, Danny. Rafid, what are you thinking about? Perfect. Who was it last time? Deja, what are you thinking about? No, testing. Testing. We gotta test it. Danielle? Testing? Okay, that's a good idea. I think I'll try it. Okay, so let's say we want all the users for Corey, because we know Corey has a couple pets, so that would be kind of cool. So we'll say users/ID of 1. Let's first make sure that gives us back Corey. Yeah, and then let's say we just wanted all of his pets. We could technically get all of his pets in this query already, right? Like it could have been part of the user object. We could have thought like it should also include. This is just like a potential design of what you want. I'm more doing this just to do another nested route example. So /pets, and we get our all pets for a user. Okay, so now all that's left is to just go out and write a query, right? So let's go ahead and write that query. I'm going to just go ahead and do that query in my pets query. I think that's fine because it is a pet query at the end of the day. So let's call this, yeah. So we'll say const get pets like by user. That seems like an okay name for me. I'm not gonna async. I am gonna async, and we'll do request, response, and next. And let's go ahead and do our try catch. I'll just go let error. Let's go ahead and say next error. Okay, so we're doing a db.ini, right? So I'm going to say let pets again, and I'm going to say db await db.ini, because I don't know how many pets I have. And so let's go ahead and make this query. What am I going to need for this query? I'm going to need a join. Yeah, I like that. So let's go ahead and say select star from, technically I don't really need a join. Right, because if I'm just grabbing the pets and I'm not also showing the user information, I don't need a join because I'll show you why. Because I could just say select star from pets where owner ID, right? I was hoping to do a join, but that's okay. Where owner ID is equal to, and then this is going to be request.params.id. If I were to be joining this, right, I would be joining pets on the owner ID layer. So like I could make a route where if I wanted like all my users and I also wanted it to already tell me all my users and all of the pets for those users and things, right? These are these. It's up to you, or whatever specs that you're given. But like, you get to decide how your data comes back. Because right now we have user/ID, and you get my name and my age, right? But there's no reason why I couldn't have done user/ID and have my name, age, and an array of my pets, right? So that's something to think about. Like you can do multiple. You get to design how the data is supposed to come back. So feel empowered. Okay, so we get our pets back, and then we'll just say res.status, and we'll give it a 200, and we'll say .json, and we'll say pets. Design, and then we can just say, I'm going to stay consistent to what I've been writing, so I'll say status, success, method, all pets for one user. Okay? And let's go ahead and export that. So I'll say get pet by user. Get pet by user. And then we have to go ahead and import this inside of our user's pets. So inside here, let's go ahead and import this. So we'll say const import get pet by user from require, and then we gotta say our route, which is I think a little bit of a mess one. // queries / pets. Okay, and then instead of having this response, we'll instead have get pet by user. Okay, so it's a lot of work for a small payoff, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and see that it works. And we've got Nobu and Nachi. Those are Corey's pets. So it is working. If I do 5, which I think is Jerry, we should see Coco. Yep. So it's totally working. Cool. Any questions on that? So a helpful keyboard shortcut as we do start to enter into the world of more and more files is you can do Command T and then type usually the folder and file you want. So if I wanted to get back to my SQL page or something, right, I could say schema and just go ahead and select it, and now I'm back at my schema. So that's going to be a lot more helpful than going through. It's just Command T.
T at the top.
Yep, Command T as in Tom, and then I can see different routes. So if I know I'm going to a pets, I can see that I have a routes at pets, my queries at pets, and routes/users/pets. So I have 3 different pets.js files. If I can go to my route, there it's there. All right, so you want to really start using Command T because it will make you look more like a professional. Okay. Any other questions on any of this? PG Promise. I know it was a long day. I apologize. We had to do it eventually, right? But now everything is hooked up. I don't think we have any more time today to do anything else. Ideally, I would like to have us build a little bit of a form in the front end and then use this. So maybe we can do that this weekend at some point. But for now, we're done for the day. I'll stick around a little bit and answer any questions. Okay. All right, but we got it. This is your own backend, your own data. This is pretty cool.